Let us practice for a minute. Sit straight. Take a deep, slow, conscious breath. Head, neck, backbone straight. Let us guide our attention from outside to inside. Why we have to guide attention from outside to inside? Because yatra atyantikam sukham, Lord says that the real happiness is inside. Don't search outside in impermanent things. Once the mind gets convinced about it by logical thinking, automatically the mind normally gravitates towards what one loves. So that is a tendency of the mind. So scriptures are important. So listening is important. So getting convinced is important that real happiness, real permanent happiness is inside me itself. Not inside the body, but within me, with me. So let us guide our attention from outside to the body. Let us scan the body from top head to the toe, from toe to head. This also is very, very healing process. Let us go to the subtler layers. Let us focus on our breath. Guiding the attention from outside to body, body to breath, breath to the mind. What am I feeling right now? What kind of emotions I'm having? Becoming aware of that is meditation. Let us go to one more subtler layer. What am I thinking right now? What kind of thoughts are coming in my mind? Becoming aware of our own thoughts. Gurudev says we can do in entire waking state. That is meditation, 24/7 meditation. What am I doing? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? The moment I start introspecting, meditation starts. If the mind is agitated, I am experiencing it. If the mind is peaceful, I am recognizing that the mind is peaceful. So as we saw, there are two pillars, meditative living and meditation practice. So those who want to do meditation practice, they must first start with meditative living. So with a focused, alert, concentrated mind, let us invoke Lord's grace, Gurudev's grace, and chant. Chanting is a very good aid for invoking devotion, concentrating the mind, because there where sound, tongue, mind, breath all come together. So let us chant loudly. Om. Om. Om.
Om Sahana भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। गजाननं भूतगणातिसेवितं कवित्तजम्बूफलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजम्। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। हरि ओम।
Hari Om Lata Rajshekar ji. So we are doing summary of 6th chapter Dhyana Yoga. Till now, what we have seen is what is meditation. Swarupasya Sahaja Bhanam, effortless awareness of my nature. Real nature is meditation. All other things what we are doing as practice is contemplation. Dharana, Dhyan, and then Samadhi is called meditation. Nididhyasana. Second point what we saw is preparation. So Lord is telling us that if you want to meditate for half an hour every day, then 23.5 hours, what kind of actions you are doing, how the actions are happening, that is very important. That is called as meditative living. So what is the main message in that? Do actions whole day without worry, attachment, insistence, resistance to the result. This is the entire summary of how to act. Then one can enjoy, then there will be joy, then there will be inspiration, there will be motivation, there will be love in the action. Then Lord has given several tips to follow. Be moderate. Do not try to suppress too many things. Be moderate in food, be moderate in speech, be moderate in exercise, be moderate in entertainment, be moderate in work, be moderate in sleep, be moderate in action, be moderate in reaction, be moderate in the thoughts I am thinking. Suppose I am able to keep this moderation, then my meditation will happen. I don't have to actually do meditation. Meditation will start happening the moment I sit. That is what Gurudev says. If I live correctly for 23.5 hours, Gurudev says one doesn't have to force to sit meditation. Meditation will start happening. Even if I am standing in a bus holding one handle, meditation will start happening. Effortless. Okay, suppose I prepare whole day, then what is the process? Now this is meditative living. Third step we saw. What is the process of meditation? Certain points are given. Select a clean, neat place which is quieter. The timing must be such that there is less disturbance. Then I have to resolve. This is very important affirmation that, okay, I will sit for 20 minutes of meditation without moving my body, without getting up, even if the doorbell rings, even if anybody calls. Like one saint told Bhagwan, you have to wait now. I am feeding my parents. You wait. I don't have time for you. So even if Bhagwan comes, no, Bhagwan, this is my meditation time. You come later on. But Bhagwan can come and test us also. In different forms. Dudwala also is Bhagwan only. Kamwali Bhai exactly comes at same time, Bhagwan only. So that resolve is very important, because Bhagwan says the moment you do resolve, then 50% I will support you. But you have to do resolve that I will not get up. I will do this for 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, half an hour, 2 hours, whatever time. So that resolve is a very important step in meditation. Then invoking God's grace is the next step. Then mantra chanting to focus the mind and create those vibrations, whatever japa mantra we do. And then guiding the awareness, attention from outside to inside, inside to present movement to the body, body to the breath, breath to the mind, mind to intellect, intellect to silence, and silence to the self. When a silent, concentrated mind, what is the analogy? Bhagwan immediately gave analogy of a lamp. That is how the meditator's mind is there. So our job is what Lord is inviting. You create a state of the mind, balance, you leave it to me. You create a state of mind which practice that in the family, practice that in the job, practice that in the business. That is how the state of mind I want you to create. That is the purpose why I'm giving you family, job, business, so that you can practice. In meditation, don't start controlling the mind. Meditation must happen automatically. Okay, I have done this, then what is the result? Result is yatra atyantikam sukham. Total fulfillment, infinite bliss without any limits, permanent, unbroken happiness. That must be our goal of life, and goals in life must support this goal of life. Okay, suppose I achieve the result. See how the process is given so scientifically. Okay, result I'm accomplished. Now some people say, okay, now I'm going to meditate and I'm going to realize, but what will happen after I come out of the samadhi? Lord says, the self in me is self in all. There will be equality in all my transactions. Not that in day-to-day physical transactions there will be equality. Not that I will eat dirt just because it is the same like food. But within me, I know that the self in me is self in all. I will not, look towards some people as high, some people as low, blame somebody, give some, good comments about somebody, some bad comments about somebody behind their back. This is a simple process because that particular person will look upon all beings as oneself. So when this was heard by Arjun, the entire process, Arjun told Bhagwan, thank you very much. But now the Arjun's but is coming. That is our very interesting question comes. Bhagwan, all these things very nice to hear. I can by heart and chant Dhyana Dhyana Adhyayat. All verses I can chant, but my mind is not listening to me. My mind is fickle. So now Arjun states the problems what he's having at the mind level. But before we go to the next verse, very, very interesting verse, last time we mentioned, let us hear from Gurudev's inimitable style. What are the failures in meditation? Because meditation is one of the most popular thing. If you ask people that come for Upanishad, come for Gita, no. Come for meditation class, people are very interested without knowing what is the goal of meditation, vision of meditation, problems in meditation, meditator, who is a meditator, on what the meditation should happen, what is the meditation process. So there are 9 questions we had discussed when we started this chapter. So the homework for all of us is that what are the answers to these questions? We must be very clear at the end of the chapter. So we will see in Gurudev's
suffering until because of his ignorance. He refuses to make use of his intellectual capacity to analyze.
voice clear?
He is very good in analyzing the outer world. Science, he progresses, but when he turns upon himself, he feels unhappy and incapacitated, as it were. He never turns his attention to it. Vimudha nanupashyanti. Visheshena mudha. Supreme idiots never understand this great truth. Gita says, supreme idiot means not that you are incapable of wisdom, but you refuse to think. What can you do? You are so preoccupied with the world of seeking a permanent happiness amidst impermanent things, so fully engaged that your attention cannot be turned away. When they have thus understood it, they realized that so long as I am identified with the body, mind and intellect, I am in that realm of time, change. So if I want a changeless state of bliss and happiness, I must go beyond the change. Beyond change means beyond the time. Oh, I see. And go beyond BMI, you realize the timeless, the permanent, the eternal, the immutable, the blissful. Okay, Swamiji. This Sunday. Now today I have got office. This weekend I am going to meditate and go beyond the BMI and realize the Brahman. And Monday onwards I will tell you all about Brahman. This weekend I am visiting Brahman. And you enthusiastically declare to the family that, look, tomorrow Sunday, see that the children go out and play. And you also keep quiet. Don't break saucers and plates and make noises here. Not even the bathroom flush should be worked. I am going to meditate. So the poor wife thinks that this is a new trick. Yeah. And your early morning onwards, children have started asking you, Papa, when are you meditating? Not now. After breakfast. Or else that breakfast idea will disturb me. So you take breakfast, everybody gives breakfast, and everybody has got a strange look on their eyes, looking at you that you are going to meditate. I don't know what is meditation, we don't know, but... And you enter. Children have been sent to the neighbor's house. There they may suffer. You are all right. And then when you are entering the room also, you told the wife. The wife also. She doesn't want to sit down because the cushions may make a noise. You go into the room, lock the room. What are you going to do? Go beyond the BMI in pure meditation. You sit down and you have heard that the great mantra is Hari Om, and you have started chanting in your mind, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Then the body said, hi, it is too hard. So immediately I said, okay. I got up. The seat is not all right. So put a cushion there. And in the cushion you sat down. And again, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Then your skin told you, I think it is too hot. And you said, yes, it is hot. So you got up, put on the fan, the ceiling fan, and you are sitting there. Hari Om, Hari Om. Suddenly the skin said, it is too fast. So you got up, slowed it down, sat down. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Then it is that the vertebral column is saying that if there is a cushion behind, it will be nice. So you get up and get a cushion and to support your back. Again you sit down. Hari Om, Hari Om. Look, you are a slave to all the demands. That is the point. So long as you are a slave, you will not be allowed to go out. Why? Because the BMI can no longer persecute you. You are trying to become master of them. They are now today masters in you. They don't want to give up their chairs. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. I think there is coffee decoction in the kitchen. And that woman is so careless that she will throw it away in the wash basin. 1 cup of hot coffee and then meditate. Ha, how nice. You get up, you open the door, and the lady is worried. Now what is coming out? It must be God himself coming out. No, nothing. And you make directly to the kitchen. Think of the situation. So she comes behind. Seva bhav. What do you want, honey? I will give you... No, I don't want anything. But I thought that if there is decoction there, then don't throw it away. Nowadays the prices are very high. A cup of coffee, you go inside. Just think that you can... The more you try to meditate, the more the mind will persecute. At this moment, even though I am allowed to say that this body, mind and intellect are mine, honestly speaking, I belong to them. I am an utter slave. The local constitution may give you all the freedom. It is the freedom of the slaves. None of us is free. All of us are utter silent slaves, hapless slaves, miserable slaves to our own physical, mental and intellectual persecution.
So now we heard Gurudev in his style after quite some time. And this exactly Arjun asks. So one thing is very clear, unless we have some control over body, mind, intellect, trying to meditate will be suppression. So for that, how we spend our day, how we transact, how we behave with other people is very important. How we keep our mind equanimous in transactions, in family, job, business is extremely important. Otherwise, this will be the case if we try to meditate. And this exactly Arjun asks to Lord Krishna, and let us see what is Lord Krishna's answer. So what is the question? What Arjun asks is very important. O Bhagwan, chanchalam hi manak Krishna pramathi balavad drudham. So in this verse, there are 4 problems of the mind are mentioned, and that will be our practice in day-to-day life. That must become our goal, because there are many people who do not have a goal in mind, goal in life. No, but I am retired. I have no this, I have no that. What should be this should be our goal. From morning to evening, this must become our goal from today if we do not have a goal. If somebody says, what is your goal in life? No, I want to see my grandchildren and their marriage. Okay, that is a transaction. But what is my personal goal? My personal goal must be this. I want to quieten my mind. I want to concentrate my mind. My goal is Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Ekagrata. So Arjun asked Bhagwan, whatever you said till now, I cannot do it. Tasyaham nigraham manne. The equality of the yogi, what you mentioned, the vision of a yogi, self in me, self in all, be equal in all, and the analogy of the lamp ego, it is not possible by me, Bhagwan. Right now, at this particular point of time, when I am standing in the war, I am unable to see, I am unable to understand what you're telling, because my mind is having 4 problems. What are these 4 problems? Which we must understand very clearly, because Bhagwan is going to give 2 solutions. Solution number 1 for first 2 problems, solution number 2 for third and fourth problem. So what is the first problem? Restlessness and fickleness. Constantly my mind is restless. Anekagra, going from one point to another point to second point. It is not right now also when I'm listening to this. I'm fiddling with WhatsApp, I'm looking into mobile phone, I'm looking here and there, because I'm unable to keep my mind here and now. And some people, Swami Swatmananji always takes quite much time on this. Some people have this kind of belief that multitasking is a skill. Multitasking means what? Not that I can handle 5 things at a time. One thing at a time, then I go to second. If I'm having tea, I have tea. If I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. I'm not looking in the mobile phone and talking to you. I'm watching TV means I'm watching TV. So constantly the mind is restless. It's not staying on one. At one point of time, I want to have tea, talk, read book, look into WhatsApp, look into video, look what is happening on the gas. 100 things I'm doing, that will not create a state of mind which is focused and concentrated. So much of restlessness people have. Some people while sitting there, leg will be moving. Hands will be constantly restlessness of the mind. If too much of restlessness is there, we will see what is the solution Bhagwan gives. The second is impulsive nature of the mind. Constantly it emotes. The moment one stimuli comes from outside, I have no pause in between. I have to emote. I have no control. I don't have choice, but I'm so compulsive that the moment somebody says, I have to react, I have to emote. And then, no, but it is right. No, if I wouldn't have said things, something right or wrong. I must sometimes check whether I am not emoting, if I am not impulsively reacting, what is happening? I am more interested in what is happening inside me. Then what is happening outside me? There are people who are not taking care of inside and they want to control, change, alter and shift something outside. And constantly blaming what is outside, but what is happening inside me. So I have to check today what is most important to me. So when some perceptions are happening, stimuli are coming, I must check sometime, okay, what is happening to me? Is this interpretation going to take me towards my final goal? Is my mind becoming quieter or restless? Why am I constantly, impulsively reacting to the stimuli what are coming from outside? This is one of the methods applied in Vipassana in Buddhism. They say don't react. The moment I react at the mind level, there will be a sankhara, vasana will be formed. Perception, recognition is okay. First step is perception, second step is recognition. Third step is reaction. Reaction I can control. One day I must decide for 2 hours, okay, for these 2 hours, whatever happens, I will not react. At verbal level, mind level, intellectual level, starting with speech level, whatever happens, I will not react, resolve. Especially if I am with people whom I don't like, I will not react. Because that is how I can control. Because Arjuna is saying my mind is impulsive. Now this is 1 and 2 problem. Third problem, strong and unyielding, does not listen to me. And I want other people to listen to me. There are many people who are not able to control their short temper for last 50 years. Why we should blame others? There are people who are we are not able to control blaming others, cribbing, complaining, criticizing about others. And I want other person's behavior to change. Suppose I ask myself that, okay, after listening to Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad for last 20, 30 years, what is one change in my mind quality, what has been brought about by this practice? What have I overcome consciously? What one of the weaknesses I have overcome? So can I write and tell the world, okay, these 2 weaknesses I had, but this I have overcome. So not very easy. Prakrutim yanti bhutani, because Prakriti is very strong. Maya is very strong. It is not easy. Just 1 cup of tea and then few years of listening Bhagavad Gita or some scriptures, my mind quality will change. Arjun was a Brahmagyani. He had Brahmagyan. He had read all the scriptures. So much concentration he had of the mind when he was learning with Dronacharya when he was only 14 years old, where he could see only the parrot's eye. Still Arjun is saying that my mind is having so many weaknesses. Basically, how many people actually accept that my mind is having weakness? There itself it starts. No. I am perfect. I want to change the world. Gurudev says after you do 2 years course as Brahmachari, don't try to change the world. Just try to change yourself. Please see what is a change, what you have brought about in last 2 years. So my mind doesn't take instructions from me. If my mind would be listening to me, I would say to my mind, oh, my mind, please become cheerful. Please remain inspired. Please remain motivated. Please remain happy. But mind is not listening to me. My own mind. I want other people to listen to me. What a tragedy. No, my children should listen to me. My neighbors should listen to me. My relatives should listen to me. My husband, wife, relatives, in-laws should listen to me. Nobody is listening to me. Why? Because my mind is not listening to me. First of all, I must work there. There I can work. I have control. And the 4th thing, what Arjun says, that it gets attached. Mamatva. My relative, how can I fight Bhagwan? I don't want to fight with my guru, my cousins, my grandfather. I don't want to fight. If we go to first chapter, there Arjun says, Mama, my relatives, that is where the mamatva comes. It gets attached very easily. How these habits are formed, we never know. First cigarette, first drink, first thought, then we get habitual of talking, habitual of drinking coffee, tea. How these habits are formed, we never know, because mind gets attached. Without it, I cannot live now. As Gurudev mentioned, without one cup of coffee or tea, no, I cannot study, I cannot listen, I cannot meditate. Attached. It gets easily attached, we never know. So these are the 4 problems Arjun has mentioned. Now Lord immediately has given 2 solutions. So chanchalam hi manak Krishna pramathi balavad drudam tasyaham nigraham manne vayo riva sudushkaram. So I am at this level, Bhagwan, and you are telling to me about meditate and sit quiet and then equal vision, then you will get this result, etc. Bhagwan gives answer. So Lord says very interestingly, this is very interesting to note. Bhagwan immediately says, I agree. The moment one agrees with other person, the other person, 50% of the mind quietens down. So suppose we want to give some advice. First of all, we must say that this problem, I agree with your problem. Problem is real problem. Really you have this problem. I empathize, I sympathize. But in the same sentence, he even sarcastically says to Arjun, oh Mahabhaho, I agree, but you are Mahabhaho. You are such a strong person. So sarcastically he gives one pin also. You are there to kill hundreds of enemies, and here 4 enemies you are saying you cannot. You have got so many astra shastra, and then you want to face this entire army you had defeated few months back. So, oh Mahabhav, I agree with you. This is true. Mind is indeed very difficult to restrain. So now when Lord is saying, Bhagavan, see, my mind is very difficult to restrain, but that should be our goal. That is the goal of all the Jain religion, what has started with Jitendriya, one who can control the Indriyas. He is called a Jain. So Bhagavan says, Asamshayam Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam. And then 2 solutions what Lord has given, Abhyasena tu Kaunteya. So 2 solutions are Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena Chagruhyate. So Abhyas and Vairag, these are the 2 solutions given. So Abhyas is for the first 2 and Vairagya is for the second 2. So now we have to analyze. This is what Lord told. So now our job is to think. Guruji says, what other job we have in life? The main job in our life is to think. But we don't think properly. We don't think rightly. Because our thinking must be based on scriptures. It must have a pramana. That's the reason those who are attending Ishavasya Upanishad, right now we are doing introduction. That is what, to develop the right way of thinking. Right way of thinking is that it must be pramana based. Pramana means it must have valid means, because knowledge can only be formed when we apply a knowledge, right means to get that knowledge. And then we must apply yukti, logic, after shruti, yukti. So now when we are listening to shruti, this is shruti, then we must apply logic, whether it is right, wrong, what is the result, what is the process, what is the logic employed in this, is it convincing to me? If it is not convincing, then we go to the next step, manan. We should ask, we must write down notes, think about it. So abhyasena tu kaunteya. Solution is abhyas and vairagya. Now we have to think, what is abhyas and what is vairagya? So first 2 are taken care by abhyasa, second 2 are taken care by vairagya. So Pujya Gurudev says on this that practice without vairagya is suppression. So we must be very careful. That's the reason many people don't like very religious, spiritual people, because too much of suppression. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this without practice. And then suppression is created. Vairagya is dispassion. We are going to see what vairagya means. And vairagya without practice is shallow. So many people say that it is very easy to understand and have the knowledge. It is very difficult to have vairagya in mind. To create that dispassion takes time. But I must not be in a hurry, because I must understand the process where Lord himself is saying, yes, it is difficult. I agree, but you do this kind of practice, you create this kind of vairagya, and then the same mind will become my slave. I will become the master. So a person is called as a Swami. Swami means master. Who's Swami? Swami Sarva Jagacha, but before the person becomes master of the world, he has to become the master of his own body, mind, intellect. So now what is Abhyasa? What is Vairagya? That is our job to think. So now let us think, let us do Manan. First of all, one question Guruji invites us to ask. That, okay, Arjun, you mentioned that restlessness and impulsiveness is my nature of the mind. Is this mind's natural property or occasional property? All the time you are impulsive? All the time is the mind restless? No, Bhagavan, sometimes, majority of the time, but sometimes my mind is very quiet. Sometimes I am not impulsive, I am very equanimous. So now very important point. This is not a natural property of the mind. So what is the natural property of the mind? No, I am peaceful. Many times I am peaceful. 50% of the time I am peaceful. 50% of the time mind is restless. I am able to sleep also. So definitely the mind can go to Laya also. So peace is natural, silence is natural. So there has to be a cause for restlessness. If we are now going logic, we have to use the yukti. Okay, why my mind is restless? What is the cause of restlessness of the mind? I must be able to figure out. If I am not able to figure out cause and effect, then I am not a person who can think and who can be successful in any endeavor, whether it is family, business, job, because cause and effect must be very clear to us. If this is a effect, this is a cause. If this is a effect, this is a cause. If my weight is increasing, there has to be a cause of it. Some people say, no, but I eat very little, but still my weight is increasing. If you tell this sentence before Gurudev, he will say this is an effect without a cause. How can there be effect without a cause? If my relationships are not working, there has to be a cause of it. If I'm not having money, there has to be a cause of it. If I'm not able to meditate, there has to be a cause of it. If there is a world, there has to be a cause of it. If my body is not healthy, there has to be a cause of it. If my body is healthy, there has to be a cause of it. So now, what is the cause of restlessness? That we have to remove. I have to work on the cause, not on the effect. So what could be the causes? Desire is one cause, anger is another cause, greed is another cause, delusion is another cause, ignorance is another cause. So it starts with desire. Definitely when I say my mind is restless, mind is restless, mind is restless, there has to be many desires which are unfulfilled. And they are mismatching. When I'm sitting for meditation, I'm thinking of so many desires, so mind will be restless. So many people complain, when I sit for meditation, I cannot concentrate. Because before sitting for meditation, I have not practiced 23 and a half hours how to keep the mind quiet and alert and cheerful and happy and inspired and motivated. So this is my practice during the day. That is the reason we are given goals in life, family, business, job, is not the goal of life. These are goals in life to practice. This desire, if it is there, it will create anger if it is not fulfilled. If it is fulfilled, it creates greed. Also, which desire I must fulfill, which desire I must not fulfill, that delusion I will have. And finally, I have this ignorance of my own self. So desire will come because I think the happiness is located in this person, in this place, in this object at this time. So when I'm sitting for meditation, people say, one person told me when I went for Vipassana for entire 8-10 days, I created the entire business plan of my office. And it was so good, but that is not the purpose to create my business plan. Even to create business plan, my mind must be quiet. To take up big projects and implement, my mind must be quiet, cheerful, happy, inspired, motivated, equanimous. Let us think one more pointer. Why my mind does not listen to me? Why my mind is flooded with negative thoughts most of the time? Why my mind becomes stronger than me, whether it is difficult to handle? So what could be the causes of it? Mind becomes strong by identification. Mind becomes strong by condemnation. Mind becomes strong by escapism. If I escape a situation, escape something, mind will become stronger. It will not listen to me. Mind becomes stronger by diverting the mind and not discussing about the core topic. Mind becomes strong by tranquilizer, justification, and one point what Guruji mentioned, which we have to think. Some people have this kind of, huge misbelief that, with time, everything will be all right. Guruji says nothing is going to happen with time. No, with time, everything will be all right, but I have to work for it. In that time, if I do not work, it will not happen. Myth, everything will be okay with time without working on it. Abhyasa is needed. So Bhagavan says, effort is required to become effortless. As Bhagavan would have said in this solution, no, you leave up to me, time will heal. No, Bhagavan says you have to work. You have to work on your body to make it, to keep it healthy. You have to work on the mind to keep it in the present moment, cheerful, happy, inspired, motivated, positive. I have to work on my intellect to keep it clear with the help of Shastra knowledge, using the yukti, logic, by using the yukti of cause and effect. For that, abhyasa is needed. It will not just happen just like that. Lord also supports and blesses those people who put efforts. There are Rishi stories, we know. Vishwamitra ji did meditation for 1,000 years, then Lord will bless. Even when some says, Bhagavan, I want you to come in as my child, Bhagavan will test and give thousands of years of sadhana, then Bhagavan says, okay, now you're eligible, I will come as your child. So without effort, somebody is thinking that things will happen, it will not happen, life will go on, next birth, my quality of the mind will remain same. Next birth, everything is going to be okay. Not possible, because the same quality of mind will go in the next birth. My body form will change, but quality of the mind, desires, vasana will remain same. So do practice. What is the practice I must do? Focus on one thing. Do it with full attention. Avoid multitasking. Take support. This is very important. Either breath, mantra. Invoke love and devotion for God or something where my mind just forgets time. For some people it is scriptures. For some people it is puja. For some people it is japa. For some people it is some noble work or service. Somewhere I must find some anchor. Emotion without anchor can devastate a person. Emotions must find one anchor somewhere. That's the reason all these anchors are given to us. God is an anchor, Guru is an anchor, Chapa is an anchor, Mantra is an anchor, service is an anchor. There has to be some anchor for the mind. Mind without an anchor can just get carried away, just can go haywire, can get distracted very easily. Ship without an anchor can just go anywhere with the storm. Even the storm is not there, the ship can go and float anywhere. That is how some people are. No anchor, something happens, get carried away. So a goal can be an anchor. No, this is my goal. So from today we have got a goal, that my goal in life is to create Chitta Shuddhi. Chitta Shuddhi means what? Chitta Shuddhi means all these four enemies or qualities of the mind I will overcome. And for that, all my transactions, I will monitor myself. Now, Guruji gives very interesting that one has to find one's own solution. Don't only think that these are the solution. You find your own solution. Because your life is unique. No, but my life you do not know. You know what, how much work I have, what kind of family I have, what kind of support system I have, what kind of job I have, what kind of, you find your own solution, because that is the key what Guruji gives. These are the general ones, but you find your own upaya. One example what he gives is that if the suitcase is heavy to lift, now you put wheels, take a wheel suitcase, simple example, or hire a porter, or you should have somebody else to lift the suitcase, but you have to find some solution so that the mind becomes quieter. Everywhere we find some solutions in life, for cooking, for living. So for meditation also, I must find some solution for myself without giving an excuse. No, but my life is different. You know, my life is different than anybody else's life. This kind of thought we must drop. Nobody is unique in this life, because everybody is unique. So you find your own solution. The goal is very clear, that 4 qualities of the mind I will overcome. Same thing with the mind. If the mind is heavy, then do upaya, stop, control the breath. The moment I control, stop the breath, yama, the mind will stop, the thoughts will stop for 1 minute. If the mind is feeling sleepy in the meditation, then I must check what is my sleeping time, what is my food habit before at the dinner, the mind will not be sleepy in the meditation. All these things we are doing so that I can meditate properly. If I don't want to meditate, if I don't want all this kind of thing, then all these things are not recommended. Because all the process is for the person who has a goal. If there is no goal, if my goal is to fail in the exam, then I don't have any sadhana to do. This will take care of restlessness, fickleness, and impulsiveness. What is Vairagya? Many people say renouncing and escaping and going in Himalayas. No. Bhagavad Gita says absence of strong like-dislikes. When there is a strong like-dislike, then the acceptance is not there, titiksha is not there, kshama dhamma is not there. Not smashan Vairagya for popularity. No, right now I don't feel like doing anything. I don't feel like going for a movie. I don't feel like going to a restaurant. I don't feel like any material thing I don't like. But then when you interact with this person for 15-20 minutes, this person is constantly cribbing, complaining, criticizing. The mind is restless, so constantly not able to talk to you with focused glance, steady glance, and not talking high spiritual values. And we must say this is Vairagya for popularity. Now, these are all sentences given by Guruji, because he meets so many people, and people, Guruji, now I have got Vairagya. I don't feel like doing anything, because my desires are not fulfilled, or they're not possible to get fulfilled in this life. So people are having Vairagya. So what is the definition of Vairagya? Vairagya is absence of strong like-dislike. Vairagya by practice. Every day do something what I dislike. Every day not do something what I like. This is Gurudev's method to overcome this particular habit. Then Gurudev says that then you are actually a free person. Otherwise, we have heard his video that we are all slaves of body, mind, intellect. The moment body says something, I have to do. The moment mind says something, I have to do. So the moment, suppose I sit for meditation, like next 20 minutes, I will not move my body, I will not get up. Slowly, the mind will start listening to me. Slowly, after maybe 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, who knows? Second, Vairagya can happen. How much is enough for me in life is a line I must draw for oneself, whether it is family, whether it is business, whether it is job, whether it is object, whether it is travel, whether it is experiencing. How much is enough for me? Like Guruji says that till 60 one must travel. After 60, 70, suppose I keep traveling, it is too much of trouble to self and others. Can't walk, can't sit. Then I keep demanding a lot of things when I go outside. So how much is enough? This is enough for me. Vairagya by vichar, I must do Brahma Chintan. And for that, scriptural knowledge is required. Whether happiness is located inside me, outside me. Whether happiness is located in this person, place, situation, object. Shobhana and Satyatva, we must check. Why am I thinking that happiness is only located without this person, without this object, without this situation, without this place, I will be miserable. So for that, we must read scripture, Brahma Chintan, Jagan Mithya Brahma Satya. I must think that, okay, when Adi Shankaracharya says that this world is only an appearance, the reality is only Brahman, I must have faith on it. Slowly, slowly with this thought, my attachment will become lesser and lesser by constantly repeating. So morning and evening, whatever happens, I must repeat this, Jagan Mithya Brahma Satya. I am Atma Brahma. Aham Brahmasmi. When I get up first thing in the morning before going to sleep, Tattvamasi, Prajnanam Brahma, all four Mahavakya, Jagan Mithya Brahma Satya. Okay, whatever is happening, it's a big drama going on by the world, by the Lord. Slowly, slowly my attachment will be reduced. So all these solutions are there for the four problems, because we saw what were the four problems: restlessness, impulsiveness, mind is strong, Balavad Drudam, and mind gets attached very easily to things what it encounters. Half hour everyday sadhana, spiritual swadhyaya, and whole day Sayyam enhances alertness. And the best thing to practice is seva bhava. All actions I will do as a seva, not what am I getting, but what am I giving. And one of the seva bhav, we have an opportunity here, Chinmay Mission is offering. After today's announcement, you will get a call from some of our volunteers. As we know, this year we are going to do 108 Paduka Pujas. And those who have done it, please ask them what is the kind of bhava we get when we do that. So those who have not yet done, Diwali is the best time. Do not delay. Gurudev says any noble thought comes, do it immediately, because tomorrow your mind might change. Who knows what is the guarantee that I will live tomorrow? When I go to sleep, I must not have a belief tomorrow I will get up. No. Any noble endeavor, any noble desire, do it today. And that's the reason Karna is called one of the greatest Dani, because left hand to right hand. He told, no, give it away, because from transferring from left hand to right hand. One day somebody came and something was in left hand. He gave it away. Then he told, you're giving by left hand. He told, no, but while transferring from left hand to right hand, suppose my thought changes then. So, Diwali time is best time, and any noble thought, any noble desire must be implemented ASAP. Do not postpone it, thinking that no, I will postpone and something will happen. Anything can happen in life. Mata Amrutanandamai says that just don't have myths. Walking down the stairs also, from one step to second step, what will happen, we do not know. When any noble thought is coming, implement it. Resolve it. So, next, I think Diwali is there. I don't know how many people will be there. I will decide and let you know whether next Sunday class will be there or not. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you very much.